My husband invited his sister to our weekend getaway together. W have been married 9 years and 1 day. We have a 4-year-old daughter and 2 dogs. We are a happy family, but my husband and I spend relatively little time together, liking different pastimes. I started suggesting a few days off for a holiday just for the 2 of us. It is an undertaking because my parents need to drive across the country to stay in the house where we live and take care of our girls. The husband was reluctant to take time off work. I said, let's just do the weekend, then one weekend where nobody sleeps across my legs. Adorable but uncomfortable. Waking me up in the middle of the night with the request for ice cream. No loud barking in the morning. He says I am not wasting time in the hotel. I want to climb a mountain. I am like, fine. Whatever you want. We usually do what I like. So the mountain is fine. All the details are scheduled. My parents changed their schedule to accommodate his booking. And yesterday on a chat I see his sister asking where to transfer money for the trip. He says I had to invite her. She wanted to go. I retorted that she is living 40 minutes away and they can go any other weekend together. He says more the merrier. What is your problem? LSS. He is angry with me because I am antisocial. And I did not specify I want to go just with him. I am angry because I wanted to go away from home and just be with his crazy here. We only have a few days every year to just go together, 2 of us. Somehow we can't see each other's perspective. Edit. Now I have learned that Sil is bringing her husband. Nothing is wrong with a bunch of people doing an outdoor adventure together. Right? I wanted to spend time with my husband. But it might seem that I am the crazy one. Wanting to be alone with him. Thank you most all for not making me feel a weirdo. I have seen posts like that before. But a wave of people trying to understand my side is amazing. Thank you, Redditors. You should ask him why he doesn't want to be alone with you. And why would his sister want to be a third wheel to married couple on a weekend getaway? I would ask him, why have you invited your sister on our romantic weekend away? If it was a group activity, you'd have brought the kid and the dog. Well, then I guess he can enjoy his trip with his sister, while you go for a spa weekend somewhere else. After all, you only agreed to go to the mountains specifically so the 2 of you could have alone time. What incentive do you have to do that now? This is exactly my ex-husband. I would try to make plans for weekend getaways. He didn't understand why I wanted to go just the 2 of us. I tried to plan a kayaking trip on our first anniversary. He told me it would be boring, just the 2 of us. Would invite friends on trips as a surprise. If I happened to get him on a trip with me, he was on his phone the whole time, texting and snapping his friends. I felt crazy at the time. Trust me, you're not crazy. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to specify when planning a trip with your spouse that it's just the 2 of you. Honestly, I'd be so upset by this that I'd just not go. Let him have some one-on-one time with his lil sis. You just take yourself to a luxury hotel and live it up. He knew exactly what you meant. I thought that any husband would be ecstatic of having a weekend alone with his wife. We've been together 22 years and have 2 kids. Because it's rare, any opportunity for adult time is welcomed. Waiting excitedly for it to happen. Edit. After reading more comments posted by OP. This incident just represents the problems they are having as a couple. This goes deeper than just being tone deaf on his part. You know what you do. You cancel your participation in the trip and take yourself to a spa and have a relaxing weekend. He is being ridiculous. Why are people making so many excuses for him loudly crying who invites someone on a trip without clearing it with the other person anyways? There's a huge flaw in his logic. If more the merrier. Why have the grandparents make such a big trip to baby doghouse sit? Why not just take the kids and dogs? I know his sister may not sleep over your legs, but I feel your description depicts a couple alone. Reading your post and all of your comments. Your husband doesn't seem like a nice person to be married to. He doesn't seem to care about your needs. Emotionally connecting with you. Hell, he doesn't show basic common courtesy that would be expected from a roommate or friend. Genuine questions. Are you just with him because you've always been with him? How would he feel reading all of these answers? Many red flags have already been addressed. I want to know why your parents have to drive cross-country to watch your children when his sister lives 40 minutes away and is free for that weekend. I personally think it was obvious you wanted to spend time away from people, just you two. Not sure why he's being thick about it. I hate to say this, but it sounds like your husband doesn't want to spend time alone with you. You really need a sit down and talk conversation about your relationship. Your husband really doesn't like spending time with you. Does he? Let DH go with his dear sister and you do something cushy in a hotel. Do the spa thing. And watch TV in bed while enjoying room service. He doesn't want to be alone with you. Do not go with them. You will be the third wheel allowed to tag along. I wonder about his sister. Is she really this clueless? Or is she doing this to show you that her brother, your husband, prioritizes her over you? Sorry, Op. The fact that he's angry with you is actually the part of this story that's making me think he is cheating. He's trying desperately to distract you from the fact that he doesn't want alone, sexy, adult time with you. So he's going to pretend that his feelings are hurt and use that as an excuse for why you're not connecting. Does he even like you? Yeah. I wouldn't be very happy in your position. I'd get to the bottom of why he wants to invite more people along. Tell your SIL this is a couple's getaway. Ask your husband why he doesn't want time alone with you and if marriage counseling is needed. If he refuses to change anything, then stay home and get an individual counselor. I would be mad. Inviting people should be a conversation. Not just randomly one person going off and doing it. Not the asshole, but you need to directly have a conversation about why he doesn't want alone time. Romantic time with you. I would be taking that conversation very seriously. Kind of hard to have hot, memorable couple bonding vacation sex with a family member there. He understand that Kese 84. I'm not the smartest guy by a long shot. But if my wife was wanting a weekend getaway together, the last thing on my mind would be a strenuous hike in the mountains with my brother or sister tagging along. I'm not saying it's impossible for him to be so obtuse. Maybe your husband sniffs a lot of glue. But it's real easy to wonder why he's avoiding a rare chance to be alone with his wife. You're not crazy. I was married for 11 years. I invited my husband on a trip across the country to San Diego, then to Vegas. He surprised me by having my mother-in-law meet us at the airport in San Diego. He flew her in from Indiana. I realized then we were never going to fix our intimacy issues because he didn't want to fix them. I'm happily in a new relationship with someone who wants to go on romantic trips with me, and my ex-husband lives with his mother.